then we'll be doing our vision board resets, and I'm expanding that name to more of like a not like a strategic planning, right? Because for me, that is so important. Renee and I, if you haven't done this for your business, last night we did another reset for our, not reset, an acknowledgement for our business. So I am live, Renee, if you want to take that. The things that we did last year in our business, and just kind of did a recap, kind of like, okay, what have we done? And I want to invite you to do the same thing for your business and your life, right? What did you do last year? How did you get better with it? Mute yourself, please, Renee. Mute yourself. Thank you. Alrighty. So yes, so champions, manifestation, if this is your first time hearing me talk about it, it's a process. It's how we move our desires from our spirits to reality, right? It gives you clarity, gives you belief, it just gets you focused on everything. And it's not magic, it's not this woo-woo-woo sort of thing. It's movement. It's who you're becoming every single day. Now, who do you need to be to get what you want? That's what I think about. Like, where do you visualize yourself? That's where I think of the manifestation, right? And law of attraction is the principle. It's like what you're going to attract. Think of the things that you want in life. What do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? The energy you put out into the world, that's what you're going to get. It's like a signal, right? And your actions are the confirmation for that. So whatever you practice in your head, right? You keep practicing it over and over and over again. And I love Instagram. I was looking at this post on there, and this person was sharing how for 3 minutes, just, he kept saying, I'm great, I'm great. Just keep saying the same thing when you're talking to your head, talking in your head, that's what's going to come out. And gratitude raises your frequency. I've been doing a 12 Christmas experience on YouTube. And if you haven't, for those of you that subscribed last week to my YouTube channel, thank you very, very much. I'm getting closer and closer to my goal. I've been doing a 12 days of Christmas experience. So every day I put a post up there about what we do in my business. And I have a holistic wellness center. It's in person in Tampa, and fitness is the main thing I do with classes, right? So with the manifestation, with the law of attraction, it all comes together with alignment. And alignment is when your words, your actions, your intentions, and your lifestyle all comes together, right? Like, you're not going to see me hanging out in the bar, drinking and smoking and, all that sort of stuff. It's not aligned with who I am. And, misalignment creates resistance, procrastination, confusion, overwhelm. So when you don't know who you are, you're not able to move forward with all that sort of stuff. And alignment, like I said, it creates clarity in your life, it creates peace, and you get so many more opportunities. So what I want us to do is move like the version of who we want to be. I found that works very good for me when I'm thinking, okay, Tina, who do you want to be? What type of lifestyle do you want to have? What do you want to feel like? For me, it's all about the feeling. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to pause for a hot second if anyone wants to share their thoughts on manifestation, alignment, law of attraction, all the things I just mentioned. And by the way, I am live if you wanted to hop over to YouTube or LinkedIn. I don't see Facebook. Go for it.
I call it manifest action, because you got to take the action. Yes, I manifested this apartment. Yes, I wrote it down, the address 100 times. Yes, I visualized myself moving in. Yes, I embraced that energy. But all the guy, I had to make sure I was there on time when he said, you can tour today. There's a few other people. I had to make sure I had the money ready to hand him and say, I'll take it. I don't care what the other. Like, yes, you are in alignment, but your actions have to match what you're pursuing. So back to you. Manifest action. I was going to point
I like that. I'm going to have to take that manifestation. You got to take the action, guys, and it starts in your head, right? So as I said, if you click the link at the top, we would love to have you. I'm doing it in person if you're in Tampa. If you're not in Tampa, it is virtual. But Vision Board is so much more than a collage, right? It's a spiritual blueprint. And like I said, I'm turning it more into a strategic planning board. That's what I think I want to call it, right? It activates your reticular activating system. You're pretty much training your mind to look for open doors. We want to go through the doors to what we want in life. And I like to put in my, boards all about my faith. And Mary Lynn, you're going to see an even more alignment with myself and my business, because I just want to get more clear, more clear, more clear. And next year, I'm really focusing on faith and fitness even more, just dialing into that's going to be the only thing you're going to hear me talking about. Yes, I can write. I'll probably do another book. Yes, I can, help people publish their books. Yes, I can coach you with your life and all that sort of stuff. Yes, I can do, events and lead events and all that sort of stuff. But the main thing is going to be with my fitness community and sharing that, because the transformation that I felt for myself and the people is just amazing, right? So rituals matter. Do you have rituals in your life? And I'm creating some new rituals for myself, because I'm very particular when it comes to what I do, how I feel, right? So pray over what you want in your life, pray over your vision board, speak over it. You want to look at it every single day, put it in one area where you can see it. Maybe it's at the top of your bed, maybe it's in the bathroom. I may even have little vision boards in different places in the car, right? Anchor it with your one word of the year. And we talked about this last week about your word of the year. And today I want to talk about a song of the year. And yesterday I decided my song of the year is going to be Only One Night. That's a song by Ty Tribute. And, because for me, I have those highs, I have those lows. And the past few weeks have been extremely sad for me. That's why I think I'm going even deeper into this fasting, but it's only for one night. Being mad, only one night. Being stressed out, do it only for one night. And that's going to be my song of the year. I like to have different themes, right? Last week I talked about my word and that whole thing. The next thing I also did for you guys is I was curious what I talked about throughout the year. And after I make my notes for the segments, I usually go into BWC and I say, give me some bullet points, give me some more things. So I asked my boyfriend, ChatGPT, what were some of the things I talked about throughout the year? And it gave me a list of them, not too many, but one of them was identity and self-concept. So if you want notes about what I'm going to talk about today, you can always join my email list. We're going to put them out in the email. But when it comes to identity and self-concept, you can't manifest beyond who you are or what you believe in, right? So if you believe that you can only make $100,000 a year, guess what? You're only going to make $100,000 a year. You have to truly believe that and know who you are. You must release the old version of yourself so you can elevate to the new version of yourself. Think of yourself as that snake, right? How a snake sheds their skin. What other animals? Where are my brainiacs in the room? Are there any other turtles, right? Any other animals that shed their skin? I mean, I guess humans kind of shed their skin when you tan and you peel. Anyone have any ideas of any other animals that shed their skin? Maybe there is more, maybe there isn't. But think about that with identity and who you want to become. And think about it when you're transforming from the inside out, it makes it so much easier. Another thing I talk about a lot is habits and daily action, right? Consistency. Consistency is the bridge between desire and reality, right? Think of what you want when you're making your strategic plan for the year. What is it that you truly desire and want? Maybe it's a life partner. Maybe it's a certain type of career. Maybe it's a lifestyle, right? Maybe you're tired of having that hustle bus of just going every single day, and you want a life of luxury, which for you can be just waking up, having a cup of tea and just relaxing, right? Figure out what that is that you want and then make a plan going backwards. Your rituals, your routines, your prayer, that's what's going to regulate your nervous system so you can receive all the things that you want. And the compound effect, that's a great book. Small little action steps every single day are going to get you to where you want to be. People say, well, I'm going to stop eating meat. I'm going to exercise every day. You take these huge, big ideas and things that you want to do, and then you start and you're good for like a day or two and then you quit. Start very, very slow. Welcome to the room, Lewis. Little steps, right? And God doesn't bless confusion, but he will multiply clarity. I'm going to say that again. God doesn't bless confusion, but he will multiply clarity. If you're confused with who you are, with what you want, with where you're going, it's just like blah, 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 blah. You're really not going to get to where you want to go. But when you have clear, specific things that you want and how you're going to get there, it makes it so much easier. And God's going to help you out, right? So, family, manifestation is not about hoping. Manifestation, we like that. It's about becoming the person you want to be, becoming the person you want to be around, all of those things. And the law of attraction, it's not about magic. It's not like, ooh, this is going to happen if I make a board. Ooh, this. No. It's about mindset. It starts right here. And I always say, what are you putting into your mind? What are you reading? What are you thinking? Right? What are you watching is so important. Oh my gosh, look at the stage. Welcome to the room, everyone. Welcome. I am Tina. Yes. So, yes, go for it. I heard someone.
Yeah, I just one of my favorite Bible verses that helps me have, just get grounded is 1 Corinthians 14:33. God is not the author of confusion, because he is all about clarity and peace. I added that last piece, but it is God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. And with peace, you'll have that clarity that you're talking about. So I just wanted to add that in.
Thank you very much. And if you could just put that in the chat, the Bible verse, for those that may want it, because I know I would like that. I love it. So I've been doing vision boards for over a decade now. And about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, I decided I needed more. And I think it came from the book, The 12-Week Year. If you haven't read that, that's an amazing book to read. And it shares how people at the end of the year, they'll say, okay, next year I want to do blah, blah, blah. And then you take the whole year to do this thing. And then you really start around September, October, because you're like, oh my gosh, it's almost the end of the year. I got to do it. But with the 12-week year, a quarter, 12 weeks is, so if you say this year / this quarter, I'm going to achieve X, all right, it's February, I got to get this done. You get it done so much quicker, right? And I think of when Marilyn started her podcast, I was like, I want a podcast. Well, actually, a lot of people had podcasts, but for some reason, I don't know if it was what she said or how she did it. I was like, I can do it. And then I did it, right? Same thing with writing my book, getting my office space. I see all these people with their office space. I'm like, girl, what makes you any difference? You have the energy, you have the excitement, just do it, right? And like I said a few weeks ago, buy the ticket for that trip you want to go on. Buy the ticket for that show you want to go to. You have to do different things. Get out of the same old boring rut, right? So a vision board is not a picture. It's a prophetic declaration of who you're rising, who you're becoming the next year. So as we close out this year, I want you to walk into the next season of your life with clear clarity. Get the binoculars on, right? Get the binoculars on and just really keep turning until you actually see what you want. Like I told you, if I didn't tell you, I turned my plate over 8 days ago. And I said, I'm not going to eat until I have clarity in every area of my life. For me, it's the faith that's already clear, right? Business and then personal life. Once I feel that clarity is there, then I said, okay, I'll go 21 days if that's how far it goes, but hopefully I get it before then. But confidence, you want to walk into 2026 with so much confidence. It's like, I am here. Align with who you are. Speak what you want. And the vision board event that we're having this weekend, it has pre-homework to do with it to set you up for success, because I only want to be around successful people. I only want to be around people that are moving forward, right? Have a couple of minutes here. If anyone wants to share their thoughts and their comments about anything I've said today, this is your opportunity. Good morning, TM. I see you over there. What a great year it has been. And if you don't, Hey, girl. Hey, Natasha, congrats on your book, girlfriend. I saw it.
Thank you. I clicked on your link if anybody wanted to do it. It says something about the sales ending.
Thank you very much, Renee. We'll make sure you can DM me. We changed the date. That could be why. So thank you for that, Natasha. We were supposed to do it last weekend, but we moved it to next weekend because I wanted more. So I hope to see you at the event on Saturday. We will update that. If you're not able to get through, just DM me. Renee, make sure we get Natasha there. Anyone else have any closing thoughts?
I just want to jump in real quick. Thank you so much for that. That is such a blessing to hear. I love everything you're talking about. I'm with you 100%. I'm literally focused on just absolutely living my very finest life, and I'm surrounding myself with people that are also headed in that direction. And it's just a real treasure to hear the enthusiasm in everybody's lives as they begin to turn that calendar over and experience the blessings that are coming for the brand new year. God bless everyone.
Thank you, Gail, for sharing. Yes, this has been a ride, and they go so fast. Is it just me, or does it seem like, I know we say it all the time is just going quicker, quicker, quicker. It is 5:30. So excited to be here. Throwing the mic up in the air so we can hear from Glenn. Thank you all for coming through, and I will